We are now here at Lake Atitlan. It's a beautiful view. It's insane. It literally reminds me of like a Lake Tahoe-esque place from California, and it's surrounded by all these volcanoes. There's 4 volcanoes right here, 2 massive ones, a little baby one, super tall one, but this is about 3 hours from Guatemala City. We're gonna keep on cruising.
Lake Atitlan is one of the deepest lakes in Central America, and it's also one of the most romantic and adventurous places you can visit in Guatemala.
There are 4 different volcanoes that surround and make up Lake Atitlan.
There's Atitlan, Talisman, and San Pedro, and then a little mini volcano right on the lake as well.
So surrounding the lake, there are a ton of different villages. There's 11 villages total, but 5 of them are where most people go.
There's some that are a little more like backpacker focused, some that are more like couples honeymooning. So each of the villages has a really distinct feel and vibe to it, and we were able to visit quite a few of these just in our 1 to 2 days in Lake Atitlan. If you guys are visiting, we'd recommend spending at least 3 to 4 days here to really like get the experience of each village. What's really cool is that each village has like its own specialties. Like you'll see one's really into ceramics, one's really into coffee and chocolate and textiles and all these different things. So it's really cool to just bounce from each village to village while you're going around the lake. Our first stop around Lake Atitlan was San Antonio Palopó, and it's the village that is really specializing in pottery and ceramics. We are now here in San Antonio Palopó, and it is absolutely stunning. It's a volcanic lake, and so it's totally blue, very fertile area. So this area is known for its agriculture. So like all above the city you can see a bunch of different crops like cabbage and onion and flowers being grown, and it's just a beautiful city. Like there's so much color. The whole town is painted in different colors, and then as you go to the villages surrounding it, each of one is different colors representing different villages. So very fun. We're gonna keep exploring the little cities around Lake Atitlan and take you along with us. So once we got there, our guide Jairo took us to a very popular tourist shop where they show you the steps they take in order to create all these different beautiful ceramic pieces. And it's really cool. We got to chat with all the locals and see exactly what really goes into their day-to-day jobs in the village.
So each town kind of consists of its own colors, different themes, different designs. A lot of the themes that you see throughout there are these extremely beautiful colors of blue, mostly because of the lake, and there's different pictures of volcanoes, different birds that live there, different things that they create. Like in San Antonio Palopó, they create these beautiful works of clay art that'll take them anywhere from 2 weeks all the way up to a few months to create. We actually ended up getting one. G got a mug.
This is the design I'm going with, and it's one of the ones that represents their village.
So this town in particular reminded us a ton of Positano in Europe. It's right on the water. It has this beautiful countryside hill that they build up to. So we highly recommend spending at least a half day, if not a full day, in that city.
So next up we visited Santa Catarina, and it's right next to San Antonio Palopó. Even though they're right next to each other, it's a very different feel. This city is very bright and very colorful buildings because they actually have a really cool initiative where they have a ton of house painters go around and paint all the different buildings, and we actually got to chat with the painters themselves, and it's a really cool initiative. If you guys want to donate and see all the cool work they're doing, I'll put a link down in the description below because it's a really awesome initiative to help clean up the city and make it look beautiful.
Once we finished visiting those 2 cities, we drove about an hour and a half all the way to Panajachel, which is where we were going to be checking into our hotel and staying for the night. So we are at the Puerto Hotel del Lago. It is absolutely incredible. Such a stunning view of all the volcanoes around us.
Yeah, and so we just got our room. You guys can see like there's 4 volcanoes right around Lake Atitlan, and we are staying like right in the middle of all 4 of them. So it's a really cool view. I think we're gonna get some work done, and then we're gonna go scout for sunset and go find a really cool spot to shoot. Hopefully the clouds will light up. I've heard our guide was saying that the sunsets this time of year are insane. So hoping for the best.
The sunset in this area is absolutely beautiful. You'll get a really nice view of the sun going down behind some of the volcanoes in the area. and everyone comes out on the water in the docks and you can all watch it together. It's really stunning. And then there's tons of restaurants and food in the area where you can just stop by for dinner along the water once you watch sunset. So that's really nice.
We couldn't have asked for a better day one on our way out to Lake Atitlan. It was such a gorgeous sunset, and we want to take a quick moment to thank our sponsor, Golden State Cider. Almost every single sunset that we're going to these days, we're bringing this, mostly because of the pineapple cider flavor. It is absolutely incredible.
It's really good, and it's a perfect like spring and summer refreshing drink. So when you guys are going on your adventures, keep an eye out for Golden State Cider, or bring it along with you if you're going to a destination that doesn't sell it.
So this is their limited release. It's only available for this summer. They're made here in California, so we absolutely love it being California native. So if you guys are interested in bringing something along for your summer adventures, whether it be Guatemala, Jordan, the US on a road trip, make sure to check out Golden State Ciders. These are our new favorite summer drinks.
We'll link it down below if you guys want to figure out where to shop.
Thanks again to Golden State Cider for sponsoring this video, and let's jump back into Lake Atitlan. Alright you guys, it is officially day 2 here in Guatemala. This morning, or last night, as soon as we finished watching sunset, we just grabbed some food and crashed. We were so tired.
We found this little restaurant that was right next to the boardwalk, and it was delicious. Got some burritos.
This morning we just had some breakfast, slept in. As you can see, it is very, very cloudy outside. So we're about to hop on a boat. We're gonna go straight across Lake Atitlan right here, and then we're gonna see some new villages. We're super excited for today. It is a little cloudy, but crossing our fingers, it is going to be sunny later. How you feeling?
Excited! We're going to San Juan la Laguna.
Biggest city around Lake Atitlan. It's called San Juan la Laguna.
It takes about 45 minutes to an hour to get to the village from Panajachel. Once you arrive, you're gonna get off the boat and see a boardwalk filled with stunning flags everywhere. This is another very colorful village. And this area is really cool because I think they have the most amount of things to do and really immerse yourself in the Guatemalan culture. So in one village, we were able to go to a chocolate tasting, a textile demonstration on how they make clothing, and we were also able to go on a hike.
We also visited this one area where they grow all of their herbs to create their local medicine. So there's no pills, it's all just things that they make. They know the different herbs and different plants that they can use to help make people feel better.
It was passed down through word of mouth and generation by generation, so if they can't get a doctor on the island, they'll typically resort to these natural remedies that have been in their culture for years and years.
So in San Juan la Laguna, they have tuk-tuks everywhere. It's the easiest way to get around because of the cobblestone streets.
You can typically haggle for the price of these tuk-tuks too, so don't take the first one that you get. Same thing with all the street vendors in the town. You can negotiate back and forth if you want to buy something. It's not just like a straight up price.
We enjoyed going around all the different murals, especially in the central area of the town. There are these amazing murals that tell the story of how the Mayan culture has influenced them, as well as how the modern culture is coming in and influencing Lake Atitlan. Right now we are in the main square. Tons of people here, and it's beautiful because we have all these amazing murals. This one is of Tikal, which is one spot that we're going to be going to later, but it's filled with tons of history, people, the doctors of the town, the different Mayan cultures mixing with the different Catholic cultures. It's really cool to be able to experience. And in a little bit, we're gonna go chocolate tasting. We're gonna go see how it's all made. It's beautiful to be able to see all the different cultures around, all the different decorations. This city is one of the most colorful cities around the lake. So been super fun to see, and let's keep going.
We're going up to the viewpoint to go overlook all of Lake Atitlan. And we're gonna tuk-tuk.
This hill is named as Kiak Asiwan, which means the hill of the red person.
All right.
So let's go inside.
We are here at the top of Kiak Asiwan. Did I say it right? Yes, I said it right. I'm working on my Spanish this trip. And it's a beautiful view of Lake Atitlan. Over there you have the Mayan Nose, which is another very popular hike in the area. If you have time, you can do it. It's gonna take either like 2 hours if you go one way from
from this village, or if you go from Santa Clara, it takes about 45 minutes to an hour, and that one you want to get up here for sunrise for. But just like look at this incredible view. It took us what, like 10 minutes to get up here? It took us 10 minutes to get up here. Totally worth the view, especially only for $5. Definitely recommend checking this spot out.
So we saw two different artists, one focused on corn and one focused on a bird's eye view. Imagine like a beautiful city market, throwing a drone up and looking down. All of his paintings really focused on the incredible colors from all the different fruits and vegetables that they sell at these markets, as well as the other person really focused on the Mayans' culture in relation to corn. So both of them were absolutely stunning, but this is probably where we saw the most artists and most beautiful paintings in all of Lake Atitlan.
These ones are my favorite. The ones with the volcanoes and Lake Atitlan.
Just learned all about how they make all these beautiful textiles here. Really cool to be able to see the behind the scenes and the process of when they pick the cotton all the way to putting it together into these beautiful colors. So we're gonna keep cruising out.
Our favorite stop of the whole day was probably visiting the chocolate store. So they take you through the process of how they make chocolate, from like the cacao bean all the way to the chocolate bars that they sell in their shop. And so I actually got to like grind on a legit like stone some cacao beans into powder, and then they talk about like the fermentation process. I had no idea chocolate was alcoholic when it's naturally processed, so that was something I learned. And in Mayan culture and Guatemalan culture, apparently if you can't wield a stone, you're not ready to get married. Another thing that I learned while we were there. So very interesting, and it was a really fun process. We also got to try some chocolate rum, and we had some Mayan hot chocolate as well. So this is a really cool one. We definitely recommend stopping in the chocolate store. I think that's the main one in the village, but if you go to other villages, there are some other options. We're in the chocolate shop and we're getting lots of chocolate. We tried the 70%, the 80%, 90, and 100%, and then also some of the milk chocolate and the white chocolate. And
look at all the goodies. The one thing that we absolutely loved about San Juan, La Laguna, and all of Lake Atitlan is it has something for everyone. Going as a couple was very romantic, being able to watch the sunsets right on the water. If you're a backpacker, there's a town that is basically only made for backpackers, so you can go and visit. If you're a solo traveler, everyone there was incredibly friendly. We didn't feel unsafe at all. Like, I know Guatemala City can be a little bit different if you're a solo traveler, but out in Lake Atitlan, it was completely different culture, amazing to experience. We highly recommend adding it to your Guatemala bucket list.
So the best time to visit Lake Atitlan is from November to April, and this is basically to avoid like the wet season. We visited in March and had beautiful weather the whole time. But definitely keep an eye out if you are visiting in the summertime. It can get really humid and very rainstormy or thunderstormy, so just keep your eyes out when you're planning for that. That's it for this Lake Atitlan guide. We hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, make sure to give it a thumbs up and hit that notification bell for future adventure guides like this. We actually have a full Guatemala ultimate guide coming out next, so it will go over everything we've already released, like Tikal, Lake Atitlan, the volcano Acatenango and Fuego, but this one's gonna be like all-inclusive, everything you need to know before you go to Guatemala for a vacation.
Alright, thanks you guys for watching, and we'll see you guys out there on the next adventure.